Remember that old saying about cheaters never win? Well, in case you still believe that, you can now officially stop. Cheaters have been winning, and winning a lot at New Mexico's best-known racetrack recently. They've been pumping horses full of frog juice, a new performance-enhancing drug that they thought was undetectable. But tonight, News 13 investigative reporter Larry Barker blows the lid off their crooked scheme to rig races.
It's absolutely a crime.
They're cheating. They're cheating is what it is. And it's ruining our games, what it's doing.
The people using this drug, they're defrauding the betting public.
To be successful at the track, you need a well-bred horse, a skilled trainer, expert jockey, and a healthy dose of good luck. A racehorse is expected to get to the finish line on nothing more than athletic ability and a diet of hay, oats, and water. However, despite the rules, a few dishonest horsemen try to cheat the system by illegally giving racehorses performance-enhancing drugs. That's why New Mexico spends tens of thousands of dollars every year on laboratory testing. Susan Vescovo is a former racing commissioner.
Why give a racehorse an illegal drug like this?
I think it is all about the money. And there are people out there, owners as well as trainers, that they want to win at all costs.
Terry Walker is past president of the New Mexico Horsemen's Association.
They're not playing fair, you know, and it's just the way it is.
Recently, rumors have been flying about a new clandestine drug being used as the perfect race fixer. It's a potent narcotic more powerful than morphine called dermorphin, or frog juice. Some believe the exotic drug can help a horse run faster. Plus, the state cannot detect it. Now, dermorphin has been confirmed in 2 other states. However, even though its use here is suspected, no one has been able to prove it.
R.D. Hubbard owns Ruidoso Downs.
When I first heard about it, I was extremely upset. I've been upset for some time just on the rumors.
The last thing New Mexico needs is to have rumors tarnish the upcoming $1.7 million Ruidoso Futurity and Ruidoso Derby.
So the Racing Commission laid a trap for the crooks who were illegally rigging races. The commission secretly sent urine samples from the time trials to an out-of-state laboratory with a recently developed test for dermorphin.
Rob Doty chairs the New Mexico Racing Commission.
It's important that if we know that these illegal drugs are being used out there, that we need to send them to a lab that can test for them. And that's why I was willing to send them to a lab that charged significantly more for the test, just so we could get the confirmation and we can put a stop to that use here in New Mexico.
The Futurity time trials were held on May 25th. 2 weeks later, the lab report confirmed New Mexico's worst nightmare. Horses running in 40% of the time trial races were illegally drugged. Consider the first race.
Famous Somerset battles it out with One Classy Eagle. Famous Somerset, One Classy Eagle, One Classy Eagle.
One Classy Eagle crossed the finish line first, but the win was far from fair. You see, the race was rigged. Lab tests confirmed One Classy Eagle had been drugged with the potent narcotic frog juice. And the first race was not the only one that was fixed. In fact, in 8 time trial races, horses entering the winner's circle were all found to be doped on dermorphin. That same weekend, another 4 horses were drugged with ractopamine, an illegal substance commonly found in pig feed.
The drugs that we're talking about here are the worst case. They're Class A drugs that have no reason to be in a horse, and it's very serious.
Our whole business depends on the public trust and the bettors. Every time this happens, it just turns more people off and more people against racing.
They are cheating, and it's illegal.
Freda McSwain is an attorney and racehorse owner.
New Mexico does breed some very talented racehorses, and it's just a big black eye when any one of these trainers decides that they're going to take advantage of the system, and that's what they're doing.
And it's not just the unfair advantage. Racing experts say frog juice can be deadly.
I think there have probably been many horses that have died because of the use of some of these drugs because no one knows the exact dosage, and they're going through uncharted waters as far as how much to give to horses, and I think it's very unfortunate.
They're running.
4 prominent New Mexico trainers are implicated. Heath Reed is a top Ruidoso trainer. In the time trials, Reed's horses won 5 races. However, tests show all 5 were drugged with dermorphin. Carlos Cedillo's horses, Greater Still and I'll Stop the World, both finished first, and both wins were tainted with the illegal narcotic. Trainer John Bassett had 2 horses placing in the money. Both tested positive for frog juice. Trainer Carl Draper is accused of giving 4 quarter horses the less serious substance, ractopamine. Draper told us in his 34 years of racing he has never drugged a horse, and he has no idea how ractopamine ended up in his horses. Heath Reed hung up on us. Carlos Cedillo and John Bassett did not return phone calls for comment.
Cheaters are not welcome in New Mexico and New Mexico horse racing, and if and when they're caught, they're going to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and this commission is just not going to tolerate it, and we don't care who you are.
As the investigation continues, none of the accused trainers have yet been formally charged.
The Racing Commission can suspend and levy big fines on anyone caught drugging a racehorse. And although it has been a misdemeanor, in the past, no one has ever been prosecuted criminally for drugging a racehorse. That may change. Just 3 weeks ago, a new law took effect, making horse doping a 4th-degree felony.
They're taking a chance in doing what they're doing, just like you take a chance when you drink and drive. You're breaking the law. Anyone who breaks the law, you're going to face a criminal offense, and that's what these people need to face too.
We've got to get racing cleaned up, and it's just too important to the state, and it's too important to me personally and a lot of other people.
Terry Walker has advice of his own for the dopers.
You're going to get caught sooner or later. You just playing with fire.
Larry Barker, KRQE News 13.
There's also this. One of the horses with a ractopamine positive is owned by Racing Commissioner Ray Willis. Willis says he has now fired his trainer and will recuse himself from all matters relating to the doping cases.